What's going on, everyone? This is Nate the Great coming to you live from the All Sports All Plays Network. I'm going solo today, just doing a pregame based show for the New York Islanders as they take on the Boston Bruins tonight. Also, the Denver Nuggets as they play their game 2 against the Phoenix Suns. Start off on the hockey side. The Islanders, like I said, is playing the Bruins. Now for this game, this game we are dealing with the Boston Bruins are dealing with some injury issues at goaltending. Tuukka Rask is expected to start tonight. If the Boston Bruins lose tonight, then they are out, and the New York Islanders move on to go take play the Tampa Bay Lightning in the next round. If Boston wins, they will force a Game 7, and Game 7 will determine who moves on to go play the Tampa Bay Lightning in the next round. Now, as I said, Tuukka Rask is expected to start tonight for Boston, as he is dealing a little bit with an injury. He's dealing with some injury problems. So because of injuries on goaltending, I think that the winner of this one is going to be New York, and New York moves on to go take Tampa Bay. Now, if this could very well be Tuukka Rask's final game as a Boston Bruin, because he is expected to go into free agency. Now, Rask has been beaten up and has dropped back-to-back starts. The 34-year-old played pretty well in Game 4 as they lost, allowing 2 goals on 32 shots, but was pulled through after allowing 14 goals and 16 shots in Game 5. As I said, that this could very well be this being his last game, unless they move on, of course, to the next round. Swayman, the other Boston Bruins goalie, he's faced three shots in a relief for Rask in Game 5 and only allowed 1 goal, which proved that to be the game winner for the New York Islanders. However, the 22-year-old Swayman was terrific in the regular season, with a 7-3-0 and a 1.5 goals against average and a 9.45 save percentage. He won his lone start against the New York Islanders in a shutout. Now, to be honest with you, I think that they should have started Swayman. I know Tuukka Rask is dealing with some injuries, so I think Swayman should be the one starting. But Swayman's not the one starting, and because of injury issues, I think New York Islanders is going to force this Game 6 win. So Boston has allowed in Game 5. Boston has allowed 3 power play goals without their 2 key members in penalty killing unit, and defensemen Brandon Carlo and Kevin Miller. Center Curtis Lazar also is dealing with some injury problems, so he's actually Curtis Lazar is not going to be playing tonight. The Bruins have won 2 road games, Game 6s, facing elimination in their Stanley Cup final run in 2019. Teams that hold a 3-2 lead in a best-of-7 of an all-time series record of 328 to 88. That's Doing the math here, that's about a 0.788% of winning Game 6 when they're down in this position, including the 4-1 mark in 2021. New York has no worries in the net with Salmon Varnalov. He is 3-1 in the series with a 9.36 save percentage and was 5-1 versus Boston in the regular season with a 1.93 goals against average and a 9.943 save percentage. Kyle Merely has a 4-game point streak in his series with 5 points, 3 goals and 2 assists. During the previous 13 series, when the Isles have held a 3-2 lead, best of 7, they were 12-1 overall in the series and 11-2 in Game 6. 2 Game 6 losses were last year against the Flyers and in 1978 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So even though due to record, history has shown in the past that when they're down in this position for the Boston Bruins, that Boston usually comes back and wins Game 6 and wins the series. I think really introduces goaltending, like I keep saying, is going to determine the winner for Boston versus New York Islanders. I think New York Islanders will go on and face the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, yesterday, Tampa Bay Lightning won against Carolina Hurricanes 4-1. I think with this, rest is going to be a key factor. I say that, but I also said the same thing for Jets versus Canadians, and the Canadians end up sweeping the Jets, who have previously swept the Edmonton Oilers. So I know that was pretty short, but I'm actually going to go on and move to talk a little bit of NBA. So as what Coach Malone pointed out, he thinks that Michael Porter Jr. is good to go for Game 2. He did tweak his back in when they lost Game 1, 122-105 against Phoenix. But he has been getting treatment all day today. He had a good conversation with them, but bearing anything unforeseen, Michael is should be good to go for Game 2. Meanwhile, another guy that has also been dealing with some injuries has missed the last month of basketball. That also could be returning in Game 2 is Will Barton. I correct myself here, actually. He missed the last 2 months, not the last month. Now, Barton, who was out since April 23rd against the Golden State Warriors, also is, honestly, I think, is a significant boost for Denver, because Jamal Murray is another guy that is also hurt, and both those guys, been out since they played the Warriors. Now, Jamal Murray's expected to miss pretty much the remainder of the season. So Jamal Murray's going to hurt this team, no doubt. But I still think that Denver's going to stand a chance against with with Will Barton. So with Will Barton back and with Michael Porter Jr. back, I think that really, I'm for Game 2, I think that Denver is going to win to tie the series up. Now, back in Game 1, he played for 31 minutes, Michael Porter Jr., and during those 31 minutes, he scored 15 points. Malone wasn't ready to commit Barton giving minutes in game 2, but he said that he's moving well Tuesday, that hoped that the veteran would return on the court probably around game 3. So if he's not playing in game 2, he will probably play in game 3 when the Nuggets play the Suns on Friday. So if I have to give a prediction, I think that the Nuggets are going to tie the series up. If I had to give like a scoring prediction, I think the Nuggets are going to win this, but I think it's going to be very close. At most, maybe a 5-point difference, 5-6 points. I'm going to give like a scoring prediction like 116 and 110. And going back to hockey, as I talked a little bit about that, I don't think that's going to be close. I think Islanders are going to win this in like a 3-1 fashion. So let's move on. Let's move on and talk a couple of games in Major League Baseball, but not a lot. Not every single game. We didn't have the 3-game advantage. Well, tonight. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have a total of 13 games playing tonight. Now the Cubs and Padres has always, this season has been exciting, as the Cubs won yesterday 7-1, and the Cubs manager has been phenomenal for this team. Although I don't agree with some of his pitching stuff that he's been doing, he did yesterday. That the Cubs manager has been doing really well for this team. We thought that the Chicago Cubs were going to be a team that be in the middle of the pack, not make the playoffs, but not be one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball either. And boy, he proved us wrong in a good way. Maybe not for the fans or the teams that are in the Chicago Cubs division, but for the Cubs and for the baseball fans, yeah, it has been in a good way. Now, Marlins, they play later tonight. Marlins actually play the Red Sox. No, actually, I stand corrected. Marlins do not play the Red Sox. They play the Colorado Rockies. On Monday, as I said on Sports Corner, the Marlins the Red Sox won that game off of errors, I think, because there were definitely a lot of pitches that were thrown way too high. There were a whole lot of errors in that game, and which I think cost Miami the loss. And then last night, the Texas Rangers, they lost to the San Francisco Giants. The Rangers have not been able to pull a win at all in the 4 games that they played together. The Rangers have not been able to pull a win at all against the San Francisco Giants. However, it was a pretty close game until we got to the 8th inning. As the San Francisco Giants won that game 9-4. However, up till about the 8th inning, the Rangers were in the lead 4-2. Now the Giants, the Giants, the guys. Brandon Belt had a great game. Brandon Crawford also had 3 runs in that game. Now, Mike Tauchman had a run. Steven Dugar had a run. Buster Posey had a run. I mean, there is a lot, but Brandon Belt and Brandon Crawford are the two guys that honestly I would look out for them in this series. As for the Rangers, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa had a run. Same with Willie Calhoun, Adolis Garcia, and Joey Gallo. So anyway, that's all I have to say for now. It's been Nate the Great signing out. See you on Saturday. Wait, well, actually, one more thing. On Saturday, due to some complications, Saturday's show will not be live. I will still have a show on Saturday, but it won't be live. If you do have any questions, still leave a comment. Still leave a comment. This will be a pre-recorded show. Comment on Facebook. Comment on both the All Sports All Plays Network Facebook page and the Sportsstatus Facebook page. Also, for those out there that follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe bell, hit that follow notification, and to make sure that next time we go live, which actually will be later today at 5:00 Central Time, Her in the Huddle is going live. Next time that happens, I'm just letting you know that will be the next show. Also, you can send me an email at sportsstatuspodcast@gmail.com. I'll repeat it again, sportsstatuspodcast@gmail.com. And also, I have a website called the Nate Sports Blog .godaddysites.com. Excuse me, not .org. I'll repeat that again, natesportsblog.godaddysites.com. And that's all I have for now. And see you. I'll record on Saturday.